A good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. So this is quite the issue here, right? Samwu saying to us just last night that they believe that close to 40,000 of their members have been waiting for 2 months for them to get the payouts of their two-part system. Can you confirm if that is true?
Good evening, Naledi, and thank you for having us. I would like to go back to where you started, but before I get there, let me just deal with this question at hand. The statement that the fund has got 40,000 members that are not paid is sensational. The fund doesn't have 40,000 members. There are about 17,000 members in the fund. And members of a pension fund, like in our case, are not numbers. They are people, they are parents, they are individuals who have got identity. They've got ID numbers and their names. When members are making claims or members are not paid, they are identified by names, and a person who makes a claim must say, these members from this area, member number so-and-so with ID number so-and-so has not been paid. So since the start of the two-pot system, out of 17,000 members that we have, we receive around just more than 6,000 applications. 40,000 is a figure that is far-fetched by someone who's just being sensational. Out of those members, those applications, we've paid more than 3,000 applications amounting to about 95 million rands. You'll hear even the clip that you played now, that he says no payout is happening. At the same time, he says one payout per 100 members. You can see that this is a person who's trying to be as sensational as possible to bring the name of the fund into the mud. We are paying members. We acknowledge that at the start of and this is happening has been happening with other funds too. At the start of the two-pot system, there were some teething problems which were caused by systems because systems were new. Those were sorted out towards the end of September, and members started getting paid. And it's not something that just happens to be an issue in our fund. Just a few minutes ago, I was responding to a claim that where a member is complaining that he has not been paid and to find that it's another fund, it's not our fund. So these things do happen because there are processes that pension funds have to follow in paying these claims. And if you receive in one go 6,000 applications, it's not a matter of paying those applications, 6,000 applications in 1 week. Certainly not 40,000 applications as he's referring to. So you can see that there's a lot of that untruth in the issues that he was raising yesterday.
Yeah, because I did ask him how many members are waiting, and the answer he gave me was it could be up to 40,000. You say 6,000 applications received, over 3,000 paid out. What's happened to the remainder of that 6,000?
The first point is that we don't have 40,000 members.
Yes, I
Where
got that.
40,000 figure comes from, I don't know. Secondly, out of 17,000, about 6,000, more than 6,000 members have applied. More than 3,000 have been paid. Now, we are busy processing them. People are working tirelessly to ensure that members are getting their two-pot payments. So it's not a question of they're not going to be paid. Okay. And we have weekly reports that we do through the authority on how payments have been going on. So that is whatever he said was not true.
So I'm going to now look at the numbers that you've given me. 6,000 applications, close to 3,200 that have been paid out. That leaves an approximate 2.8, if my mathematics is right, that is still being processed. How long has it been that over 2,000 has been awaiting, those over 2,000 applications have been awaiting the processing? How long has that been? And what is the reason?
Remember, these applications were all received at the same time, right? They were received at the same time. So members have been waiting. claims have not been paid because you can't pay all the 6,000 claims at the same time. But gradually, we are paying these claims. And if we've managed to pay about more than 3,200 applications as we speak, this is the figure that I got last night, you would see a huge difference as the month of November ends, as the month of December begins. So all members that have made applications and are eligible for payment will then be paid.
Okay. A final question. There's one of the issues that was raised by the South African Municipal Workers issue, the South African Municipal Workers Union, has been around the, I suppose, a point that was raised by yourselves, that the reason why the union is seemingly at a rift point with yourselves is because of a 13.8 million rand sponsorship request. That is the point that you've made. They've put forward that that is nonsensical and simply not true. Do you stand by that?
That is true. Remember, he took you back. He took you back to the formation of the fund. That the fund was formed by the union. The fund eventually decided to leave the union and become independent. That is at the heart of these cracks, because for a very long time, especially around 2007 onwards, the union has been trying by all means to have control of the fund, make sure that they control the decision-making process, and in order to have access to the resources. So this went on and on and on until these matters went to court. And after they lost these matters in court, and after trustees from the union were removed from especially the General Secretary, removed from the board, they then came with this idea that we should pay for using their logo. Remember, I'm responding to what he said about the name change. The board looked at this thing and said, but why should we pay? Because this is workers' money. We cannot have a payment of the logo of the union because we don't understand why we should pay for this thing. That is when the board decided to change the name so that it can have its own identity, it has got its own independence. Now, coming to this, it has always been the case that where the union is having congresses, they will want sponsorship. And when the fund refuses to give them sponsorship, they will then be upset.
Okay.
The decision to stop sponsorship was long taken.
Yeah, you can finish that thought.
Yeah.
You can finish that thought. And just
case,
as you wrap up, I think as you finish that thought, Mr. Mfeka, I'm keen to hear when you're going to be meeting with the union, because they've said that you have perhaps missed 2 meetings that they've scheduled to sit with you.
That's not true. It's not 2 meetings. They asked for a meeting within a short period of time. We said you're not available. That's not missing a meeting. Then the next appointment, we met them during that appointment. When are we going to meet them? We don't know, because we are aware now that they are running around going to court, trying to take the fund to the court. So I don't know how then they're going to arrange that meeting. But finishing my thought, the sponsorship letter is clearly written that the fund should sponsor the full cost of the campaign. It does not say, as you were saying, that they ask for sponsorship from other organizations. That is not true. The truth is that in the letter, which I can share with you, it's written that we should fund the full sponsorship. And it doesn't see anything wrong with it. There's everything wrong with a fund being asked to make sponsorship to union campaigns. This is members' money. It's money that you cannot just go around and fund political campaigns. So that is the fact.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for speaking to us. We really do appreciate your time, Mr. Themba Mfeka, there of the Municipal Workers Retirement Fund. All right. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we speak to Tshwane Mayor and Asipi Moya on our service delivery focus. Stay with us.